You know that feeling, right? If you've ever built anything, a website, an app, anything, you know what I'm talking about. You finally launch it, you push it out into the world, and suddenly, for the first time, you can see all of your mistakes. It's like they're glowing. Well, today, we're going to lean into that feeling and turn it into something really powerful.
And that's the moment. That's the clarity I'm talking about. It's not about feeling bad or thinking you failed. It's about perspective. You see, when you're buried in the details, in the code, you're just too close. But once it's live, you're not the builder anymore. You're a user. And that changes everything.
So this isn't just some thought experiment. This is about taking that 2020 hindsight and turning it into a game plan for next time. We're going to walk through the journey from what I did in version 1 to the smarter, leaner way I'd build version 2.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning, because this is where the first and maybe the biggest mistake happened. It's a classic trap: ambition. My first vision for this thing was just way too big. I mean, this is it right here, the classic V1 mistake. I was so excited, I tried to build 5 different things at once. But now, oh man, I would be ruthless. I take a machete to that feature list and chop it down to one single thing. The goal wouldn't be to build the whole platform, it would be to just answer one question. Does anyone even want this core idea? And here's why that's so incredibly important. It's not about being lazy, it's about being smart. You find out if you're on the right track in weeks, not months. You stop yourself from pouring all this time and energy into a cool feature that, it turns out, no one's going to use. It forces you to get crystal clear on the one thing that truly matters. Okay, so let's say we've got the scope right. It's small, it's focused. The next lesson is all about how you actually start building. My mistake was I immediately started chasing the shiny objects, the cool features, instead of building the foundation first. This one was a game changer for me. With version 1, I was just so eager to see something on the screen that I'd dive right in and start coding a feature. And you know what I got? A tangled mess. It was impossible to debug, impossible to build on. Now, I'd be an architect first. Before I write a single line of UI code, I'd map out the whole system. How does data get in? Where does it go? How does it all connect? Thinking about data first is literally like drawing the blueprints for a house before you start hammering nails. It gives you this solid, logical foundation. You catch huge structural problems when they're just lines on a whiteboard, not when they're a massive bug crashing your entire app. And then, when you do want to add a new feature, you know exactly where it goes. It just clicks into place. So, we've simplified our scope, we've planned our data. This third lesson is about actually doing the work. And honestly, it's the one that feels the most wrong at first. It kind of goes against every perfectionist bone in our bodies. With my first version, I obsessed over making every line of code beautiful, every file perfectly organized. And sure, it felt productive, but really, I was just hiding. I was delaying the scary part. Now, the #1 priority would be speed. Get something, anything, no matter how scrappy, live. Get it into the hands of real people so I can get real feedback. I mean, it really comes down to this, doesn't it? What's going to help you more? Spending 3 months in a cave perfecting something based on your own assumptions, or spending 3 days getting a rough version out there and letting reality punch you in the face? I know which one I'd pick now, every single time.
Because here's the absolute truth. Real learning doesn't start until you ship. That's not the finish line. It's the starting line. It's the only way to find out which of your brilliant ideas are actually, well, not so brilliant. You just can't see your own blind spots until the real world points them out to you.
So, when you take these 3 lessons, simplify the scope, think about data first, and prioritize speed over perfection, you start to see that they're not just individual tips. They all point to a much bigger idea, a complete shift in how you should approach building anything. Let's just call it the rebuild mindset. It's this simple idea. The thing you're building right now is not the final product. It's just version 1. Its real job isn't to be perfect. Its job is to teach you everything you need to know to build version 2. Once you really get this, it's so freeing. All that pressure to be perfect just melts away. A bug isn't a catastrophe anymore. It's just a lesson. A feature nobody uses isn't a waste of time. It's just really valuable data. The whole project becomes a launchpad for what's next. Version 1 isn't the destination. It's the messy, imperfect, and totally necessary first step on the journey. It's just the beginning.
And that's it. That's the whole idea right there. The entire point of building the first one is to earn the wisdom to build the second one. The real thing you're creating isn't just a product. It's a smarter, more experienced version of yourself.